When I first launched my Substack publication, How to Write for a Living, I thought that writing was the be all and end all. I thought that if I just wrote really good stuff, that would be enough. People would find me, people would subscribe, they would join my audience if I just wrote. That's all you need to do, right? It turns out that is not how it works. Most writers lose readers before they've even shared a single word onto Substack. And most writers don't even realize that that is happening. So today I'm going to share 4 things that will decide whether or not someone looks at your Substack publication and then just leaves, or if they click the subscribe button and join your audience. So let's talk about that today. First, real quick, if you don't know me, I am David McElroy. I am a writer, I am a novelist, I am a Substack editor, publication owner, whatever you want to call me. I'm on Substack, I'm on YouTube, obviously here as well. I'm from Northern Ireland. I'm married to Christine. We have 2 dogs. I'm a big Liverpool fan. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I just want you to know that I'm a real person. And if you're joining me today, you've got a bit of background on me. So it's great to have you here. If you're listening on the podcast, it's great to have you listening. If you're watching on YouTube, it's great to have you watching. So let's get into this today. Why do so many writers on Substack lose readers before they've even published anything on the platform or seriously published things in a rhythm on the platform? Well, I'm going to tell you 4 things about this today. And the first thing is this: most new readers on Substack don't find you through your archive, through your existing articles that are already there in your library collection, essentially. They find you through different methods. Some of those methods might include things like notes, recommendations, or shared links. So first things first, don't assume that just because you write and put things on the internet that people are going to find it anymore. We are at the stage now in life where SEO it's not dead. It's very much not dead, but it's not the way it used to be before the advent of AI, before AI became a big thing. SEO was so powerful in driving people to your website to read your words and to buy your products and whatever else. And that's no longer the case. SEO is not as powerful as it used to be. You're not guaranteed to get people to your articles by having keywords in those articles or having links or whatever else. So you have to think about other ways that are going to draw people towards your writing. And Substack offers really, really good options for ways to promote your writing on the platform. So 3 of those ways I mentioned really quick. Notes are fantastic for getting your words out there, for sharing your articles, for sharing your ideas, for building your writer brand in an online space. So I recommend sharing notes on a daily basis. If you can share one note that is something to do with your niche. So if you write about cooking, share one cookery based note, and then share at least one note that's just about you as a person. So here's the walk I did today with my dog, or here's a book I've been reading recently, or here's a thought that I had about something. If you can share at least a couple of notes every day, probably more than that would be better. It's a really good way of connecting with your audience and building that up over time. Second way is through recommendations. Find other publications out there that are similar to yours, have a shared audience, and recommend each other. You will send subscribers both ways in that situation. I wouldn't necessarily say that subscribers from recommendations are the best kind of subscribers to get. I'm not sure that they're always the most engaged subscribers, but they definitely help build your audience. And the more people that are in your audience, the better overall. It just gives you more of a pool to work with. So if you can find other publications that are similar to yours and other people who you know on Substack who you can recommend and they can recommend you back, that's a really good way of building your audience. And a good way of people finding you as well is just through shared links. So having links on other platforms, on things like YouTube, for instance, to your publication, to your articles, and people are going to find those over time as well. If they're on social media, if they're on YouTube, for instance, searching for things that your articles maybe relate to. So don't assume people are going to find your stuff just through it being on the internet by default. They need to have other avenues and to lead them towards your writing. So make use of notes, make use of recommendations, make use of video, make use of social media, whatever you can do to bring people towards your publication, do it. And the second thing to remember about this is that whenever someone lands on your profile, they're not immediately reading your article. They might read it, but the first thing people are more likely to do is to try and determine whether or not you're the kind of person they should listen to. So they're asking, who is this writing for? Do I trust this writer? Are they going to keep showing up in future? Is this worth me putting in my email address, for instance, to subscribe to this publication or to get this lead magnet or whatever it is? So you have to give really careful thought to how you present yourself around the writing. So everything people are going to experience whenever they first discover your writing, your profile picture, your tagline, your bio, the most recent things you've written in terms of notes and things like that. How is all that going to contribute to how much a new reader is going to trust you and want to give you their email address to join your email list? If your homepage and your about page don't answer those initial questions, who's this for? Do I trust this person? Is it worth my email? If they don't answer those questions clearly, anyone that comes across you at the start is just going to leave. They're just going to go on to the next person who does answer those questions clearly through their homepage and their about page. It doesn't matter if your writing is excellent. Most people's writing is excellent online if they manage to take the time to do that. But if you don't answer those initial questions, people aren't going to ever get the chance to read it. So you don't want to deprive your potential readers of the experience of you, of your writing, not in an arrogant sense, but people have a very short attention span, and you have to grab that attention straight away if you can. So um, most readers don't find you through your archive, through your existing work. They're going to find you through other methods. So you need to think about that whenever you're putting things out there on the internet. So how do we go about doing that? How do we go about helping people find us and trust us so they will go on to read our writing online? So first thing is you need to write a clear reader-focused tagline on Substack. So your tagline is basically your very first impression on notes and comments and on your profiles. First thing people are going to see whenever they go to your profile after they maybe find a note or a link to your writing. A bad example of a tagline would be something like random thoughts on life and writing, or I'm just trying this out, or this is just something new, something that's looks like you've just written it to fill in the space. A better example is something like helping writers build consistent habits and grow with intention. So you're saying straight away, this is what I do, this is who I'm trying to help, and this is what that process is going to look like. The key takeaway here is it's not about being clever with your tagline, it's about being clear with what you're trying to do. So people should understand exactly who you are and who you're trying to help and what you offer within 5 seconds of landing on your profile. So you have to ask your viewers, if someone glanced at your profile for a period of time as short as that, would they know who you are and what you offer? If they can't answer that question straight away, then that's something that needs to be tweaked. So that's the first thing to tackle, is your tagline. Make it clear, make it simple, make it reader focused. And that's the best way, the first and best way to grab new readers on Substack. Secondly, you got to think about your about page and make it more of a conversation than a biography. I see so many writers overthinking this process, and they add so much onto their about page. It's just packed with detail, and it's immediately something that's going to turn people off if they go to your about page and they can't even find anything about you. It's just a list of your qualifications or your experience or things that you've done, but there's nothing in there that suggests that you're actually a real person, that you're actually someone they want to connect with in real life. That's why your about page should read more like a conversation than a letter. It should be more focused on the reader, helping them understand who you are. So when you're writing your about page, think about these three questions clearly. First of all, what will readers get if they subscribe? So if they join your publication, if they join your audience, what are they actually going to get from that process? It's not about who you are necessarily, in terms of your qualifications and your experience. It's about what are they going to get if they join your publication. Keep it super simple. You're going to get an answer to this question. I'm going to help walk you through this process. And again, if you're teaching cookery, I'm going to give you a recipe every week that you can cook for less than $20 for your family. And you're going to get that as a free subscriber. As a paid subscriber, you're maybe going to get an extra recipe or something in more detail that breaks that down. If it's fitness, you're going to get for free subscribers, you're going to get a simple fitness routine you can do at home in 10 minutes at the start of the day to lose belly fat. For instance, if you're a guy and struggle with that kind of thing, which most guys do, if you're a paid subscriber, you're going to get, again, more detailed, maybe a week-long breakdown and a video that's just for paid subscribers. If you're in the fitness space. So what will readers get if they subscribe? The second question you need to answer is, who is this publication for? So I mentioned there about cooking and about fitness and that sort of thing. If it's about fitness, your publication might be for middle-aged dads who want to lose belly fat, for instance, or just get in better shape. It might be for people who are cooking on a budget. It might be for people who are trying to write their first screenplay and then need to be walked through that process. So make it super clear who your publication is for, break down exactly who your ideal reader is. And if the wrong person comes across your publication, it's not for them, they'll just move on, and that's okay because you don't necessarily want the wrong person joining your audience. But if the right person comes along and they see that and they think that is exactly who I am, this is just for me, you're going to get a really engaged interested reader straight away, who's more likely to maybe buy a product from you in future, or just stick around and read your writing longer term. And the third question you got to answer is, why are you writing this publication? What is the purpose of it? Are you writing it because you have experience you want to share? Are you writing it because you want to help people? Are you being honest and saying you want to write it? You're writing it because you want to have another income stream. Again, there's maybe better ways to say that instead of being that direct, but make it clear why you're writing this publication. Make it abundantly clear who it's for, what readers going to get whenever they subscribe, and what the whole basis of it is. And you put all that into your about page. And make sure to include a subscribe button in that process as well, whether it's at the top or the bottom, and make it incredibly easy for people to subscribe. Even include an upgrade button to your paid tier if you have that, even from that point, because people might read that and be ready to upgrade from that point, even if they haven't read the rest of your stuff just yet. They might see what you offer and be like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I want this right now. So give them the opportunity to upgrade to your paid tier if you can. But again, make your about page like a conversation, not just a biography with your details and your qualifications and your experience. Make it more about, hey, I'm David. I'm just meeting you for the first time, and this is what my publication is all about. This is who it's for. If this is for you, if you're that kind of person, you're going to love this. You might want to subscribe now. If you're ready to upgrade, you can upgrade to my paid tier. You're going to get this and this and this. Make it like a conversation. Include a picture of yourself on your about page as well, so people know that they're subscribing to a person, not just a chat bot or a group of people, but they're gonna connect directly with one person, and that's the best way to build trust right from the get-go. And hey, if you're finding this helpful today, make sure you subscribe here on YouTube to my YouTube channel, or my podcast. If you can subscribe there as well, wherever you listen to your podcast, make sure you subscribe there too. Every Sunday I release a podcast episode, and I break down simple, practical ways to grow and to make money through writing online, to build a writing-based business that gives you a lot of freedom and fun and helps you to build an audience. And we're talking about Substack today, but I'll talk about other things in general as well. So make sure you subscribe before you go any further here on YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts. The next thing you can do to help readers be more likely to join your audience rather than just glance at your stuff and move on without ever reading your writing is to make your homepage a guide for the reader. A lot of people's homepages in Substack are just they just chucked all their posts onto it. It's just their latest posts. It's kind of either a mess or it's very, very bland. And it's not the kind of thing people are going to want to spend any amount of time on. Again, remember that your homepage is basically a website. It's basically a website that belongs to you. So like any website, you want to make it appealing. You want to make it look really good and make it really interesting for readers and make them want to stay. The good news is it's pretty easy to fix that. You can use pin posts and sections on your homepage to create like a start page or a table of contents post. I've mentioned about making a table of contents post before, and I'll link to it here on YouTube and in the show notes below, so you can see exactly how to do that on Substack. But have a simple hero post that's pinned right in the center or at the top of your publication that guides people right from the get-go. This is where you should start out. These are the posts you should read first. This is what you should expect to get from my publication. And again, you can pin that. You can create different sections for your free content and for your paid content. So it's easy when someone's scrolling through your homepage on your publication, they can see exactly what they're going to get as a free subscriber. And as a paid subscriber, you can also create links and lists of your most popular posts as well. And because if they're popular, they're going to continue driving more readers into your audience. So you want to display those front and center if you can. And again, you can group themes or series with tags, and just add a simple tag onto your post and then add that tag onto your homepage. So easy to do. Just spend a bit of time in your homepage settings and play around with it a little bit. Give it a real like magazine or newspaper style feel if that's what you're going for. The goal here is to make it effortless for your readers so they know where to start and they want to stick around with you for the long term. So remove as many barriers as you possibly can to entry for new readers. Make it really simple, guide them through the process, show them exactly where to go. Think of it as like you're bringing them into your home or into your office space or into your place of business, and you're saying you should go over there if you want this. The kitchen's over there, the bathroom's over there. You can relax over here. You can spend some time with me over here. Whatever it is you want to do, make that really simple for your readers so they know exactly where to go whenever they arrive on your homepage. A lot of readers, a lot of Substack publication owners forget to do this, and I think they lose a lot of readers because of that. So it's something you should definitely think about. And the reason why all this is so important is because If you make a solid first impression once with new readers, you can benefit daily from that going forward. And what I mean by that is, you don't have to constantly promote your publication if your foundation is strong. So a clear profile, a friendly conversational about page, and an organized homepage do all that heavy lifting for you. Um, if someone comes across your publication and those things are all in place and they've been thought about and they've been carefully laid out and planned in a strategic sort of way, that works for you passively in the background, so you're not having to constantly promote things. People will come across those pages on Substack and they'll be inclined to want to follow you because your message is clear, who you're trying to help is clear, what you do is clear, what you offer is clear. It's all right there. And honestly, a day of work gets all this sorted and then it's done forever. Once it's set up, it quietly converts curious visitors into loyal subscribers who are going to come back again and again. And this is real leverage. Once you set this up once, it works every single day. I made a Substack Quickfire Launch Kit, which is basically a series of just 10 templates, which will help you lay out your homepage, your about page, your welcome emails, all that sort of stuff. I'll include a link to that in the show notes and in the comments below, so you can get it. It's just on Gumroad. It's a cheap little download that you can get. And if you're not sure where to start and what all these things should look like, it's all in there. And you can copy and paste those templates and just adjust them to suit your publications. So make sure you check that out as well. That'll be in the show notes below. And the reason I'm saying all this, and I'm just going to finish with this now, is that I see so many writers out there on Substack and on the internet in general who have great, great writing, like really, really impactful, like life-changing kind of stuff that people would absolutely love, but they just miss the chance to reach their readers because they haven't done these really simple things first. They haven't laid out their homepage, their about page. They haven't thought about their profile or their bio. And because of that, they're missing out on so many readers, so many opportunities to gain loyal followers. You're going to come back again and again. Who might buy their stuff, might support them, might help them generate income streams, allow them to do more writing and just enjoy that process so much more and do the things that we as writers are born to do, which is write, and pour our passions and our creativity into that. Your writing might be what keeps readers for the long term, but your setup process is what will earn you the chance to be read in the first place. So we need to think about what that process looks like. If you're just getting started in all this, focus on clarity and connection before anything else. It'll save you so much time later. Don't necessarily focus on how much you can write or your output or the amount of work you can put in. Focus on just being super clear at the start, being intentional about that, giving readers a chance to connect with you in a real human way. And that will honestly yield so many dividends in future for you as a writer on Substack. And if you want some help with this, if you want some help refining your Substack and getting it right, and you're not quite sure exactly how to do this yourself, I do offer a VIP subscriber option on my Substack publication. And that is where I share in-depth feedback and help you build a publication that actually grows. You'll get a Substack publication audit, which is a video recording of me going through your publication and talking through my first impressions of it, just giving you some raw, unedited feedback on what I see, what I think you could improve, what I think you could do better, and what I think you're doing really well, and I want to encourage you in more. And that's followed up with a 60-minute live Zoom call with you like this, so we can chat about it face to face. You can ask questions. We can go into it in more depth. I'll maybe even give you a report as well that kind of details how I think your publication can improve going forward. So that's what you get as a VIP subscriber on my publication, How to Write for a Living on Substack. Again, I will link to that below. If you think that's right for you, if you think that's something that would really help you on Substack, then definitely check that out. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to help you on a more one-to-one basis, because I think that some people really, really benefit from doing things in the background on their own, but some people need to talk to somebody about it. They need to go through that process with somebody else, just to bounce ideas off and ask questions along the way. So I'm here to help you with that in that process too. So I hope this was useful today. I know that you are a great writer. You've got great stuff out there on Substack, and you just need to reach the right readers through having a better profile, a better about page, a better homepage, just taking the time to fix those things first and create those connections, make those pathways open and clear for your readers. And I do guarantee, if you improve those simple things at the start, you will start to see your audience grow. You start to see feedback and engagement and connection with your audience grow on a daily basis. It's something you can iterate, you can do more with over time. But honestly, a day's work, a few hours work, once will sort all these things out for the long term. Again, if you need a bit of help with that, to get my Substack Quickfire Launch Kit, 10 templates in the link below as well. And if you want some more one-to-one help, consider becoming a VIP member on my Substack publication. I can work with you on a one-to-one basis and walk you through this process. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for listening. If you're catching this on the podcast, thanks for watching if you're on YouTube. It's really cool to be here with you again. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to catch you again really soon on Substack and on YouTube and everywhere else you're online. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.